We maybe not. I've got to mash the button. There we go. We have a few minutes for the meeting starts, but we do have a sign-up sheet up front if anybody wants to speak to any of the bills that's on the agenda this morning. And we're not going to hear Senate Bill 160. We're going to hold that one until next week. They had some late last-minute changes they're working on that one, so we're going to hold Senate Bill 160. Vance, will you open the prayer for us? What number is Vance? 23, 24, 25? All right. Well, good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody here to our first motor vehicle meeting of 2026. We kind of got iced out last week, and it was too cold, but we're excited to get started. We got several bills on the agenda. Before we start, I'm going to ask Chairman Vance Smith if he'll open in prayer for us. Y'all bow with us.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Lord, we do thank you for this beautiful day you've given us, and we thank you for the people here that are serving. Help us do your will and make the right decisions for the citizens of the state of Georgia. And we ask that you be with our families back home, be with our children and our grandchildren, and keep them safe. And lead, guide, direct us, Lord, in everything we do and say. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you for that. And I should have mentioned, we need to remember Jenna Doldy, our legal counsel. You know, her mom passed away over the weekend, so keep her in your prayers. So she does a great job for us, and I know she needs to be lifted up this morning. Before we get started, I'm going to ask each member to, since our first meeting, kind of introduce herself and what district, what counties they represent. And we'll start to my immediate right down here with Danny Mathis. What's your number? 26, Danny?
Yes, sir. He wants you to introduce yourself. I'll help you.
I was studying up on
Mash your butt.
Okay, you got me now?
Yeah.
Well, I'm Danny Mathis. I represent District 133. That's Twiggs County, Bleckley County, Wilkinson County, Dodge County, and half Telfair County.
Thank you.
Vance Smith. I'm from Harris County. I represent about 80% of Harris County, small portion of Muskogee, Columbus, and about 40% of Troup County, follow the Chattahoochee all the way up to Heard County. Thank you.
Kimberly New, Douglas County, Paulding County, District 40.
Good morning. Martin Montahan, House District 17, in the Paulding County, Georgia, the best county in the state, I would say. Proud to be here. This is the 8th year I've been on this committee. I'm a continual 8-year thorn and Chairman Corbett's side, and we have a lot of fun here. This is a great committee, great members.
Thanks for that. Representative John Corbett, District 174. I think I've been chairing this committee for it's my 8th year, I think, chairing this committee. I represent Lowndes, Eccles, Clinch, Ware, Charlton, and Brantley counties. So glad to be here. On my immediate left, I'm going to introduce our new aide we've got here with us this morning, our policy analyst we've got with us that helps us, Danny Nichols, but I'm going to let her.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. I'm Danny Nicholas, and I'm with House Budget and Research Office.
All right, and they're here to keep me straight. I only keep one for about 2 years, and they say, well, I've got to get out of there. So, number 18.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's me blinking. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Dewey McLean, and I represent House District 109, Gwinnett County. We have 17 cities, so I want y'all to know that. And out of those 17, I represent 4, which is Norcross, Duluth, Lilburn, and Lawrenceville. So glad to be here, and I think, Mr. Chairman, this is my 9th year.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Kimberly Alexander, and I have District 66, which is Douglas County. I was the only woman in this caucus, in this committee for a long time, so I'm happy to have 2 additional women now. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Number 2.
Good morning, Representative Brian Prince from Augusta, Georgia.
Mash your button, Ms. Ron. Number 12.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good morning. I am Rhonda Taylor. I represent the awesome county of Rockdale, and that's District 92.
Thank you. Number 28.
Jason Ridley, Chatsworth, District 6, right in between Blue Ridge and Dalton.
Number 27.
And good morning, Matt Barton from Calhoun, District 5, up in Northwest Georgia, right beside this crazy guy.
And I'd like to commend everybody for the great attendance we've got this morning. Normally 8 o'clock meeting's tough, but this committee's dedicated and ready to go to work, and I want to just thank y'all for being willing to do that. Like I say, we've got 4 bills on the agenda. We're going to hold SB 160. There's some last minute changes they're working on. But I'm going to start with House Bill 204. Representative Dale Washburn, if you come to the table and tell us about his bill. If you want to bring somebody with you, or and we'll look at the sign-up sheet if we got somebody who wants to speak to the measure. Table mic.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of the committee. I'm here to present House Bill 204, which is, you often hear that something is a simple bill. This one really is a simple bill. If you'll look at page 2, there are 4 words stricken. Basically, this bill just removes the control of the movers of household goods rather than allowing their fees to be regulated. It simply does that. and we believe it's a good bill, and we think it's best to let the free market work as far as setting rates on moving household goods. This bill was passed out of your committee last year and did not make it out of rules, so we're here today to represent it and ask for your favorable consideration. I'll be glad to answer any questions. I have Lee Lemke here with me who will answer questions as well.
Okay, well, Lee did sign up to speak to the measure. Lee, you want to say anything, add anything
Yes,
to that?
many of you know me. I've been lobbying down at the state capitol for the last 40 years and enjoying it very much. But I've been representing the Georgia Movers Association for the last 15 years. And movers have been under a tariff, meaning that the state would set the prices of what we could charge. We're simply saying the free market should take care of that. I mean, in other words, if a mover moves to a company from one place to another, they can set their own rates. And we still want to be under the regulation of the Department of Public Safety to ensure that we have and give us our license, so we have the insurance behind it, the safety of our vehicles and things like that. But the state should not be setting the prices, and that's what our board of directors has asked me to come before you to ask to remove that provision that has been in the law for a long time.
And how are those rates set? Are they by mile, a mileage
Yes,
fee,
they
or
are.
is it?
Yes, they are. They're set as and it's a maximum rate that we can charge. Unfortunately, many times, because the economy has fluctuations, and I have to commend the department. They went and hired an outside consultant, an economist who was into logistics, and recently reset our rates again. But for many years, it's been difficult to get them set because the various aspects and factors in the economy to set those rates, from fuel to cost of goods to cost of employment, particularly because employment fluctuates, and it's very difficult to find truckers that can move the household goods. So that's why we would like to remove that.
All right, number 18.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I guess, I like to say I think it could be a good bill. I don't have any idea. I just wondered who would have the oversight. I mean, if I had a problem with moving and who all would I go to, Chairman Colbert?
No, we would still be regulated under the Department of Public Safety. And so you would go there. They still will have that division of household goods and all the other things that dealing with, complaints and things like that. They keep a list of, and rating, if you will, of the different movers. The people I represent, give you quick numbers. Now, these are old numbers, but we used to do, because we're a state that brings in a lot of people, but we move inside the state a great deal, about 70,000 moves. My folks are moving almost 90% of those that I represent. And so if there is a problem, you would still go to Department of Public Safety.
Mr. Chairman, I guess a follow-up to that. So the movers would set the rates?
No, yes.
I mean, so if I had a moving company and Chairman Corbett had a moving company, his rates were $50 to go one block, and then mine was $10 to go that same one block. I mean, so you're just saying that it's okay.
Right, and generally when customers call, I always tell them, get 3 bids. Go out and seek 3 different people and get those bids, and that's a guarantee, basically.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, and Department of PSC, I guess they would cover. You have to be bonded, insured, and all that. All those requirements have to be met.
Still met.
Still
yes,
met. Nothing changes with that.
Before you get your license. And what we have right now, we still have quite a few unlicensed movers, and that's put, we hope that every mover gets licensed. And then I tell the consumer when they call, make sure that it is a licensed mover.
Bonded.
Go on the website and check.
All right. We have any further questions? Now would be the time. I got a motion to second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Have your bill. We just had another member come in. I would like to, we got a full house. I think that makes everybody. What number are you, Demetrius? 16. Tell us what district, what counties, and whatever you want to tell us.
Oh, wow. That's the way you go into the meeting?
That's right, buddy.
All right, let me get myself together in order here. Let me take my coat off. No resume. No resume. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, all that good stuff. Henry and Clayton County, District 78, and I've been a member on this committee for about 14 years now. And my name, Demetrius Douglas. I think that's about all. I'm trying to get myself together. Go Dogs.
I think so. You played football somewhere, didn't you? All right. Well, thank you. Our next bill on the calendar is House Bill 944. Yeah. And while he's coming to the podium, we do have a new member here, number 21. He's only been on this committee for how many years?
36 years.
You want to tell us what counties you represent?
Are we introducing ourselves?
Yes, sir.
My name's Alan Powell. I represent Hart, Franklin, and Madison County. And this is my 36th year on this committee.
And I forgot to introduce, I've got a new AA this year. Tamaya, will you wave at everybody? If you need help, she's done a wonderful job. She's had a lot to got thrown at her here in a short while. She started in December, so she's doing a great job. And then Brenda Washington, where's Brenda at? Anyway, she is an intern. I'd like to introduce both of them this morning and thank them for what they're doing. All right. House Bill 944, tell us the LC number, and it's a pretty important bill, I think.
Yes, very important, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I want to thank the committee for all showing up for my two bills today. It's kind of a nice honor that everybody got up and got here by 8, and just want to thank everybody. It's House Bill 944, LC 394841. First, before I get started, I want to want to have Lieutenant Vince Mooney, with the Georgia State Patrol, and also we've got the commercial vehicle enforcement guys back here and over here. I just want to recognize them, appreciate them being here today. This piece of legislation, it basically, it comes every year. It's the federal government, the guidelines that they give us for commercial vehicles going up and down the road. So we have to codify a new date every year. So we're just moving it from January 1st, 2025 to January 1st, 2026.
I don't think we have any questions on that. We have a motion. Do we have a second? A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. That's
We'll see you next year.
Yes,
that was a great job explaining that
Thank
bill.
you.
But while you're here, we'll move on to House Bill 1022.
All right. House Bill 1022, LC 630051. Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, I'm here today with House Bill. This purpose of this bill is simple: to ensure the vehicle owners and drivers in Georgia are actually complying with our existing laws on window tinting and license plates in light of new and emerging technology. Technology changes every day, and unfortunately, this law is not kept pace. Many of you may not realize this, but today there's something called electronic window tinting. This technology allows a driver to have their windows tinted far beyond what is allowed under Georgia law. And if they are pulled over by law enforcement, they can simply press a button and the windows instantly become crystal clear. So from the officer's standpoint, what they've observed when initiating the stop is no longer what they see when they approach the vehicle. The same issue is now happening with license plates and tags. This bill defines electronic tinting as the material that uses electronic current to change the light reflectance or light transmission of a surface. This includes, but not limited to, electronic glass and polymer dispersed liquid crystal film. House Bill 1022 makes it clear that electronic tinting may not be applied in the front windshield, rear windshield, side windows, or door windows beyond what is authorized by current law. No license plate may be covered by electronic tinting. No person may display a temporary or permanent tag that is not issued by the state of Georgia and is intended to resemble a Georgia license plate, including digital license plates. The bill also authorizes the Department of Public Safety to promulgate rules and regulations as necessary to enforce these provisions. A violation is a misdemeanor. For certain violations, the first offense is a fine of up to $500. The second and subsequent offenses, fine is up to $1,000. Mr. Chairman, members, this is fundamentally about officer safety, public safety, and accountability. Law enforcement officers must be able to see who is inside a vehicle, clearly read and verify license plates, trust what they observe during a traffic stop. Technology should not be used as a tool to evade the law or create an unsafe environment for our officers. HB 1022 simply updates Georgia law to reflect modern technology and closes loopholes that are already being exploited. Mr. Chairman, I appreciate y'all's favorable consideration. Members.
All right, the board's lit up. I think you didn't explain it very well, so we're going to, I think, number 23, Montahan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for your presentation of the bill. I do have a question. It's kind of two questions. We'll start with number one. I see on line 21 through 23, you struck the manufacturer. Was the intent on striking the manufacturer to not hold the manufacturer of one of these types of glazings, electric glazings? What was the impetus there with 21 through 23?
Basically, if you look through the law, it repeals everything that we did as far as electronic tags. And so we did away with that. So anything that was referenced back to the electronic tags was done years ago. The issue, Mr. Chairman, is today's technology that our tags, we're not stamping our tags anymore. They're a flat plate, and we're getting folks out there that are duplicating plates, changing numbers. Just a few weekends ago, I heard a story of somebody had 3 of the same plates running around Atlanta, and the flock system was picking them up. So doing away with the totally repealing of the electronic type tag, we took everything like the manufacturer, everything. If you look further through it, you'll see all that being repealed.
So thank you, Mr. Chairman. And so I think you just answered my question. So in 2019 or 2020, I think we passed the digital license plate bill here. Yes. So the digital license plates allowed for a manufacturer of some sort to come in. I think they presented it to this committee, or at least members of the committee. We're doing away with that. We're saying yes. You cannot have did we ever actually deliver on those?
I do not know.
I don't think we ever did.
I think it's out there, but they're so expensive. Correct me if I'm wrong. $800-900 for the tag.
Minimum.
Nobody's going to spend that unless you're a pro football player like Dewey down here. but anyway, I think that's the problem with it. I think we did it, but they're just so expensive.
Well, the technology, everything's done on an app now, so you could sit there and change out the tag to whatever you want it to be, and you can also you could put this day and time a screen back there that may not be one of the ones that the manufacturer made, but something that is a screen that you can use an app to change tag numbers out, and of course also tint them. And you've got the ones on motorcycles. You see the ones that flip up. I'm not even addressing that. We're just talking about basically right now the tinting of tags and electronic tags.
So, and thank you for that. I think that makes sense. When I was a kid, we used to watch James Bond. If you remember, he had a flipping license plate. So now, does that contemplate, when you say electronic, if somebody were to have a Aston Martin with a flipping license plate, did you contemplate where this could go in the future, Chairman?
Well, you kind of remind me of James Bond a little bit.
Well, God bless you. Mr. Chairman, at the appropriate time, I'd like to make a motion.
No.
More like Gold Bond.
No, I don't. Sorry.
All right, we do have a few more questions.
Okay, all right.
All right, number 28. Have you ever read it?
Oh my gosh, that was a good one about the gold bond. Yeah, we're back on the bill here. So, I guess my question is this. So, I understand for the part of the police officer safety, but if you're going by, you see that it's tinted, you're probably pulling that car over for the window's been too dark, correct? And then
that's up to.
Yeah, and then when you walk up, the windows aren't tinted anymore.
That's correct.
So, is it a safety thing or is it a ticket thing? Because now the windows aren't tinted, so the safety part's kind of out the window at that point.
Well, we kind of addressed that in the law.
Okay, what did you?
That as far as a window, the tinting, you have the percent that you can tint a window is around 32%. And it's officer's discretion whether it's plus or minus 3 with that 32. They've got a device called the window tint detector that they go up and they put on each side. Now, they should be able to tell if you've got the device in there that you're tinting your windows. I mean, if you see it's very dark at one moment, then clear the next. I mean, that's going to be a discussion just like any time someone's pulled over. You know, you trust the person that you're having a conversation of, why I saw this dark.
So, is these things, are they darkening them? Are they more dark than illegal? Or can you get certain percentages?
Yes.
And you just turn the knob and it makes it darker or
It's
lighter?
like a button you push, yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And you can't, well, I guess when they hit the button, you can't really test it to see how dark it can get. Okay. I guess, I mean, that's the only question I had was like, I mean, I understand the whole part, like when you're walking up to the car and not being able to see in it. But if you are, then it's off, then you can't actually see in it. So that's the reason I was asking. We just had some troubles with one specific police department down on the interstate that's pulling everybody over for them. So that's what I don't want to get to that point. But all right, thank you.
All right, number 17, Representative Alexander.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I wanted to go to the portion where you were asking for $1,250. How did you come up with that amount? If it is really about safety, how did you come up with these fees?
It's up to. So it's officer's discretion that, you know, for the first fine up to $500, and the second time and continual fine, you'll see that in the computer. Somebody keeps doing it, it's up to $1,000.
Right. Another question, Mr. Chairman. So if we already have a rule where law enforcement can stop you and ticket you for certain tents and the amount of the tent, then what is really the purpose of this bill?
The purpose of the bill is so that those are out there that are driving around with their tinted windows, and when the law enforcement pulls them over for that, they go to clear. Okay. You're not supposed to have the dark tinted windows.
Follow-up question.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So what is that data? How many? What is the occurrence in the state of Georgia that is occurring? Do you have numbers?
I do not have any numbers, no, ma'am. That would be.
This is a relatively new technology that we've actually just been made aware of this year. So it's something we haven't even started tracking yet, but we're just trying to get ahead of the curveball on it.
Right, so no numbers as it relates to that tracking?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
There's probably some numbers that relates to just windows being tinted that's not electronic. There's probably something out there with that. Of course, I've personally ridden with public safety before, and a lot of the cars you see out there in Atlanta, they're dark tinted windows, and you just, a lot of times you pull over, you'll have a discussion, and just you'll test with electronic. The window tint detector, and it's up to the officer whether he gives them a pass, gives them a warning, or fines them.
Right. Thank you.
All right, where do we go next? 23, Reverend Montahan.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and just a follow-up question to our previous topic. Do you think more Roger Moore or Pierce Brosnan?
I was saying that Sean Connery look when you get a little grayer.
Oh boy, Sean Connery. Okay, I'm not sure about my motion anymore, Mr. Chairman.
All right, we can get back on topic. Representative 18, Representative McLean.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I guess I'm going back to the tinted windows because, again, you said it was up to, and I don't have a problem with that. I know it's at the officer's discretion. I only say that because I do know that there's some doctor's excuses that allow some things that are in cars that allow the windows to be a little tinted. Does that have any I'm just asking any bearing, because I mean, the reason I said, because I know that my wife has one, and I want, and so it's probably old, but I just wanted to make sure that the tent, you know, it says that because of her illness, that, you know, that the windows need to be tinted. Is that a?
We did not change anything under current law of the window tinting. We added electronic window tint where you can turn it on and turn it off.
I just wanted
so
to make sure
we did not change
that
anything that had been the previous law about, you know, where, you know, the 32% plus or minus 3, all that's the same. We just added, you cannot have electronic tint where you're turning, going over the 32 and then going down to 0.
Yeah, that was my only concern, was I didn't want all of a sudden to say that the doctor letter, that the MD that she has, I wouldn't want her to be stopped, and I give them a letter and they says, oh no, the letter's no good. But anyway,
Sure.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I'm trying to turn that, okay. Seeing no further questions, I'd be willing to entertain a motion if somebody wants to.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign.
Thank you, committee. Appreciate everybody.
All right, we have one more bill this morning. I'm going to ask Reverend Clifton, he'll come up to the table and tell us about some small trucks. That's what it is.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. I have HB 957. I will be short and brief. This bill made it through committee, through the House, through the Senate, all the way last year, and unfortunately, due to some additions by the Senate, it was decided to be vetoed.
Or it was not able to pull that Senate bill across the finish line. This truck's
No, sir. It was just a little too small of a truck. Maybe a full-size truck, but these miniature trucks they're limited on weight. So, but we're back with the original bill. Nothing in it. I actually have support from the governor's office. They like this bill. They were very clear that they had no problem with my bill and would support it. So they asked me to run it again. So here I am. So this is the mini truck bill. We're essentially adding the word mini truck to the statute, basically next to side-by-sides the way we did 3 or 4 years ago. Just allows them to be driven on county and city roads unless they are marked and the counties and cities don't want them driven on the roads. So,
as far as like insurance requirements and that kind of stuff, you got blinkers, turn signals, mirrors, just like they did the side-by-sides or the.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. It's I mean, it's a standard vehicle. I would make the argument they're probably a little bit safer and have more of the typical road driving features than a side-by-side would, but yes, sir, they're a standard vehicle, just a lot smaller.
All right, number 28, Chairman Ridley.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think we've been on this thing for about 8 years now, and I think we've heard every side of it and everything else. So at the proper time.
One more question. We got number 23. I think it's a question.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Representative, thank you for bringing the bill. I was, that Senate bill that took a ride on this just didn't have the butt to get it over the finish line. I had a question for you, though. It says 4 or more wheels. So now how many wheels do you contemplate a mini truck actually having?
I would say a standard mini truck would have 4. I'm not aware of an off-road vehicle that has 6, but
If you wanted to build a mini truck, how many wheels would you put on it?
Definitely 4. It seems like a good
Just
stable
4.
number.
Yeah. Could you explain to us, or maybe diagram, what a non-straddle seat is?
So a straddle seat would be something like a motorcycle. So if you're driving, if the inside of your mini truck looks like a motorcycle and have, handlebars like this, that's not working in this scenario. It's a typical seat with a typical steering wheel.
So you would say that the seat that you're sitting in and the seat that I'm sitting in is a non-straddle seat?
Yes, I would agree with that.
Okay. Thank you. Good bill.
All right, number 12.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, just for clarity purposes, I keep hearing truck, but this is also referring to the mini vehicles with the 5 wheels that's so popular now. They're 2-seaters. I don't know the name of them. The 3-wheelers.
So this would not apply. This is strictly for 4 wheels.
Okay.
Let's see if I found exactly where that is. But
so even though they're classified as miniature as well, it excludes certain miniature vehicles, and only the ones with 4 wheels.
This would just be 4 wheels, absolutely.
Thank you, Mr.
There we go. I went too far.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, line 28D is designed to travel on 4 wheels or more. So a 3-wheeled vehicle would not fall underneath the statute.
One more question, number 18.
I did. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's okay. Chairman, I was just looking at the safety issues. Is that the multipurpose off-highway vehicle shall be equipped with headlights, brake lights, tail lights, rearview mirror, and safety belts. So I guess no airbag or none of that stuff is required. I'm just asking. I didn't know.
I don't believe so. These are for, I guess also to say, these are only for vehicles older than 25 years old. So these would also be based on antiques and would be taxed accordingly at the cost of $1. So these are older vehicles. Newer vehicles fall underneath the federal guidelines, and what I have been told is that that's not something we can change. So these are, in fact, it's vehicles beyond the year of 2000.
All right. 2000. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, seeing no further questions, Representative, we got a motion do pass. Do we have a second? A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. You have your bill, and that's what wraps up our meeting. Thank you, everybody, for being here. The meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, members.
You got some bills to sign?
I want an airbag. I want an airbag.
We can all tell you they've never been on the
We don't put airbags on the side-by-sides.
Do not let them put anything else on it.